With Spider-Man No Way Home currently in post-production and reshoots set to happen towards the end of the summer, many people are trying to connect the dots with the recent casting of Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven the Hunter, and possibly even looking at old reports that could lend a hand towards the theory that Kraven will appear in the upcoming third entry in the Spider-Man franchise. Now, to get to this, we have to take a trip back all the way through the rumor mill time machine to when they first started talking about what comes after Spider-Man Far From Home. And all the insiders, scoopers, and people that are dedicated towards dropping scoops and insider information were saying 100% Kraven the Hunter will be the villain of the third film. And their working theory was, well, Sony's developing a Kraven film. Morbius in this weird way is somehow connected to Spider-Man, somehow not. So let's just say Kraven is going to be in the third film, and if we're right, we're right. If we're not, well, things change, ideas and plans change, and that's sort of how it goes, right? We've done this song and dance so much, you guys know this by now. Now, of course, what brings Kraven the Hunter back into the spotlight is, of course, the new casting. Johnson, aka Quicksilver, is now playing Kraven, which again brings us all the way back to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, because at one point, if these rumors are true, Kraven was removed from the film because they went in a different direction, but Sony still wants to work the character into the film because they're setting up their own multiverse / Spider-Man universe that's adjacent to the MCU. So as recent rumors have suggested, as part of these reshoots that are going to happen for the upcoming Spider-Man film, Kraven might just be part of those reshoots to possibly add him into the ending of the film, or even include him in some sort of post-credit scene with whatever happens with Spider-Man at the end, whether he stays in the MCU proper, or he goes into some alternate reality that's part of the Sonyverse, or whatever they decide to do. Kraven will show up at the end to hunt Spider-Man and set up his solo movie that's then going to set up another Spider-Man film that sets up Spider-Man vs. Kraven. So this is a lot of hearsay and theories and everything, and it's exactly why I'm saying it's probably not happening. Like, 100% not happening, unless Marvel Studios wants to bend over backwards to set up a standalone Kraven film that barely anybody wants. And as I've always said, when Sony came out with a slate of characters they wanted to develop, I was always like, Venom makes sense. Yeah. Morbius, I'm all in on that. I love Morbius. Kraven and Jackpot? It just didn't make sense to me. Kraven still doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't get the point of it, but there must be something in the works here. Something has to be going on here that sets this up in some way. I just personally never, not once did I believe, if you go look at it, that Kraven was going to be in the third film. I just never believed that. It just didn't make sense to me. Just the way they set up what they were doing with Spider-Man. Maybe he is now. Maybe they'll add him in with reshoots as the rumors suggest. But again, how many times can we be wrong with Kraven before we're finally right with Kraven? I guess everybody's just craving for that scoop.